On this episode of What to Eat When Money is Tight, we are going to make 16 bean soup with ham. I actually got these packs of soup mix for like 20 cents on clearance. So I'm just going to soak these in water, and this ham is left over from Easter. I am just going to use bouillon cubes, and you could totally add onions or celery, carrots, whatever you have on hand, but this one's going to be super simple and just be the beans, water, bouillon cubes, and ham. Here are the beans. I just put them in water. I am not going to make this soup until tomorrow, but I'm just doing this ahead of time. There's a bunch of different ways that you can do this. You could do it in the crock pot. You could boil them in water and then drain them. I'm just doing it this way this time because it's more convenient for me, but there's a bunch of different ways that you can do this. And on the package of the soup mix, they will give you suggestions. So it is the next day, and I just rinsed my beans. As you can see, they have kind of swollen up a little bit, but that's because they have some moisture in them. So now I am going to start cooking them. I am just going to take the ham and put this in the pot, and these are just butter packets that we had in the fridge, and I'm going to put those in the pot and get that started. I've got my butter and my ham in here just kind of cooking a little bit. And then I am going to add this Better Than Bouillon roasted garlic base. There's not too much left in here, so I'm just going to use what's left. And then I'm going to use these beef packets, but you could use chicken, you could use vegetable, whatever you want. And I am going to add some onion powder, some celery seed, and this garlic seasoning. I'm also going to add some minced garlic to this as well. That's just because I'm not adding actual vegetables, but you could add real onion or celery or what have you to this. So I added all of my seasonings and my beans, and right now I've got it up to high, and I'm just going to let this boil, and then after it boils for a few minutes, I'm going to let it simmer, and you just need the beans to be soft. So if you're making this earlier in the day, you could just put it on low, you could put it in the crock pot, whatever. I'm not going to be eating this today, so I'm not that concerned about it. So I'm going to let it boil, and then I'm just going to put it on simmer for a few hours. And then I will let it cool down so that I can put it away. Some of this is going to go in the freezer, and some of it's going to go in the fridge. Okay, so now it's starting to boil, so I'm just going to let this do it. I'm going to let this boil for a few minutes, and then I'm going to turn it down to simmer. So my soup is done. It took a long time, but it was dry beans, but we were just kind of doing some stuff around the house, so it didn't really matter. But this is definitely a very budget-friendly meal. You can use any kind of beans. This, like I said, was a soup mix that you can make. You can add vegetables, you can add meat. It can be, you could make it and freeze half and eat the other half. Add vegetables, whatever you want. But this should definitely be in your circulation of meals, especially if you are trying to stay on a budget. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.